Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. I hope you are all doing well. I have something great to share with you. Teun Koopmeiners, what did he tell Beppe? Because today I met Teun Koopmeiners. I will come back on that. You know, when there is a second video, it's always an important one. Or there is a breaking news, or it's the latest update that is extremely important. And by the way, we'll come back on the latest update because the agent of Dusan Vlahovic is in Torino. Because there are some voices of Mercato, Zirkzee. They're speaking also about the referee that has been designated for Inter Juve. We have a few news like that latest update, but that's not the main reason for the second video of the day. Well, today I already anticipate you. I had the opportunity to host a meet and greet organized by Juve with Teun Koopmeiners and around 20 Juventini of the world. Where they coming from? Or they have the membership of Juve, or they are affiliated to a JOFC, Juventus official fan club, and then from time to time, like last month I did Timothy Weah, today I had to host the one with Teun Koopmeiners. What did he tell Beppe? What did he tell to the fans? A lot of great things. No, but seriously, I was already a big fan of Teun, now even more. No, but seriously, even more. It was so nice. The guy is a fantastic person. Seriously, yeah? First of all, before explaining you, I need to tell you that it's nice. It's so nice to host it. Of course, I speak a bit less. I organize a bit more. I make sure that everything is going well during that hour together. But it's nice to see the fans. And thank you to all these fans, because some people are living in Los Angeles, some people in Chicago, some people in New York, in Colombia, in the Netherlands, in Scotland. So they need to wake up extremely early, depending on the time zone, and they are there. They are there to ask the question, and they are there with a big, huge smile. They are not there in the pajama, really sad. No, they all have their Juve stuff on, and they're ready to meet their player. That's always nice. And then, you know, spending time with some Juventini. I always think back when I was a kid, I dreamt to meet a player, but it was impossible back then because I was living in Belgium, because the player was in the other side of Europe. It was in Italy, my favorite players at least. It was really difficult. Today with the technology you can do so many things, and it's really great that Juventus is organizing them. So I was super happy to see the smiles on these Juventini. At the end, that's why we are doing it. I will show you a picture that was taken by Omar, that is member of the JOFC Colombia, and he posted it on social media with Pueblo Juve, and I took it from there. Really, really nice. Anyway, what did he say, Koopmeiners? Because that's why we are here. First of all, there were a lot of questions. I will not go through all of them, but the significant ones. He said, you know, when he arrived at the J Medical, he really loved the atmosphere, the fans that were there showing so much love towards him. He really appreciated so much, really, really, really a lot. And you could really see how sincere he was. He was really sincere. He said, you know, it was something that was overwhelming. It was so great. By the way, the English of Koopmeiners is fantastic. But yeah, anyway, that's something that is not new. We already knew it. He spoke about the aura of Juve, something that he already said when you're watching on YouTube of Juve, the welcome video. But he repeated it, the aura of Juve. This is what touched him the most when he arrived at the Bianconero club. The aura of Juve, of every detail that is really made sure that you are feeling well at the club, welcomed at the club. Beautiful, seriously beautiful words from Teun Koopmeiners that you see and that he's happy. The guy is extremely happy to be where he is. At a certain moment, just to tell you how happy he was, he says, because he spoke about the fact that he loved Juve already as a kid. He really loved Juve. He was watching. He was a big fan of Zinedine Zidane. So it was a club that when he had the possibility to watch it, he was watching it. And then he said, I already played in the Allianz Stadium before when I was with my other club. And the aura, the feeling, the atmosphere. He said, I love when I hear the song. You know, he really wanted to be precise, but probably he didn't remember at that moment the title of it, even if it's extremely easy. Probably that's why, because it's that easy, the title. And then he started to sing, Juve, storia d'un grande amore. He started to sing while we were live. That was really something really, really funny. I interrupted him at a certain moment. I said, Teun, you already have 20 fans here and probably much more around the world. But if people were able to see that interview, they would be totally crazy, falling in love with you. Then he said about the backstage story, you know, when he heard about the interest of Juve, he said, Cristiano Giuntoli, the director, he already contacted me before, long time ago. We already did a Skype interview with him, a call on Skype together. So I already knew him. But it's true that when he went at Juve and he called me back, I was really like is it really happening? Is it real? Is it a joke or are you serious? Because, of course, the biggest club of Italy. He said, and then he said when he started to get really real, when he called him back, etc., etc., he said, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And then he kept repeating why we were live. He said, it's happening. It's happening. It's really happening. It is happening. He said it to his girlfriend. He said it to his parents because he called his parents. He said it to the brother. He said it to everyone that was really close to him, of course, family. It's happening. It's happening. It's something that he repeated, like, I believe 8 times. It's happening. It's happening. He also said that the first time that, there was really that interest, he knew where he was. He can really, really remember it. He was at the swimming pool. It was a day off. Swimming pool with his girlfriend. And after that call, he said there was a swimming pool. I jumped into the water. I jumped into the water to refresh myself, to really understand what was happening. No, guys, I'm explaining you. Of course, it's better when it's Koop that he's telling you. But these are really nice moments. Then he said, he spoke about his dream goal at Juve. He said, I should have scored. The one that I had, and all of them, they came from difference, like a shot from the distance that went to the post or a tap-in that went to the bar. I should have scored. You see that he really wanted to score. He said, but if I can choose, the first one that will come, well, if it's possible, first of all, whatever goal he's happy and he will be happy about. But if really he has to choose, and he could choose a shot from 20, 30 yards from the distance, boom, in the top corner, that would be his dream debut goal. In Champions League or whatever, he said, whoever is coming at home, I'm happy. But of course, if I can do it in Champions League, that's, the cherry, the icing on the cake. So if he's scoring his first goal like that, remember that was his dream goal. What about the role model? He said, today I have not really a role model. Of course, a lot of players that I appreciate, but not really a role model. But as a kid, it was Thierry Henry. When he was a kid, and when he was a kid and you go at school, you take the ball because he was always playing with the ball. And he said, I am Thierry Henry. I am Thierry Henry. I am Thierry Henry. Then, of course, I made a joke. But were you wearing? Because he said I was wearing also the shirts of Thierry Henry. I said, were you wearing the one of Juve? Of course. He said, no, not both. Because he also apparently had the one of Thierry Henry, the Juve version, and also the Arsenal one. But that's what he said. And he said, yeah, I met him. I saw him more than meeting him when I played with the Dutch national team against Belgium. He was assistant there. I saw him, but I didn't speak. So maybe, who knows, maybe in the future. And if not, it is what it is. What else did he speak about? Are there pre-match rituals? He said, no, I'm not someone, scaramantico, superstitious. I don't have these rituals. But his girlfriend is saying, yes, you have, but you're not conscious about it. For example, that he's always messaging his girlfriend around the same hour before game. So when there is a match day, around the same hour, he's messaging a message. And of course, then when it starts, he shut his phone down and he doesn't watch anymore. And if she doesn't reply, like good luck or best of luck or whatever, then he gets a bit nervous. And I also made a joke there, like, Teun, if in the future there is a performance that is not wow, we know who to blame. He said, yeah, you can blame her. Really funny story. And then the biggest lesson, that's the last thing that he said, the biggest lesson that football has taught him on and off the field, said having fun. Because that's how you start playing football, having fun. You do it for fun. You need to keep having fun in life and also in football. He said much more. I try to be really precise, condensing everything in 6 minutes. It's not that easy, but thank you, Teun. One thing that I keep in mind about that interview of Koop, it was not an interview, it was a discussion, was the availability. And also you see that he cares so much about you. It's like a dream that comes true. At a certain moment, he even said, no, I'm not leaving. I'm extremely happy here. I'm not leaving. I'm planning to go nowhere. I'm good. I'm happy here. And you really feel it, that he's sincere, that he's true, that is enjoying the moment, that is really having fun. So I was already in love with the player, now even more. What about the flash news, the latest news? Well, more and more they are going towards Kenan Yildiz that would play as a number 10. But of course, it's not confirmed against Inter. We are only Thursday, so we have a training session on Friday, also on Saturday. Then we travel to Milano, but more and more Yildiz there. Then the question is, who will be on the left, who will be on the right? This morning I said that I have that feeling that Conceição could be on the left with Weah on the right. but we have options like Mbangula, for example, on the left, or let's see. But Yildiz as a number 10 more and more is something that could happen against the Nerazzurri. The bad news is that I never speak about referees here on the channel. I don't like that, at least never before the game. I never know who it is, but it went viral. Why? Because it will be Marco Guida, that we know really well, that yesterday did a disaster game Lille against Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid-Lille, a disaster whistle there with a handball. Atletico Madrid is even thinking to go into appeal for that penalty given to Lille. Why? It was absolutely not, because it was the player from Lille that touched the ball. Well, he will be there, and of course, when I see the face, when I see the name, I thinking back at a few times, that's the referee that said, I don't feel confident enough to whistle that fall to Juve, that in Italy went is extremely viral. Or last season, we don't have to go that far, where there was that huge big fall from Darmian on Chiesa, while it was Juve-Inter. Do you remember that game? Big fall from Darmian on Chiesa. Chiesa falls on the ground, they recuperate the ball, and then it's the 1-1 from Lautaro. Of course, we need to be stronger. But if there is one thing that I can say is that the referee will not be that much on our side if we are looking at recent history. I finish with a few other flash news about Mattia Perin, that he's in the team of the week from Champions League. Guess when I saw that, I was pissed off. Because we lost 1-0. He really deserved at least the 0-0. Not Juventus, but Mattia Perin deserved it. I don't know if I'm happy if he's in team of the week or not. I would have preferred that he was in team of the week, if he was able to bring us some point. But anyway, it brought me back to Champions League. Juventus is looking for a reinforcement, defender and striker. There is always the name of Ortiz. They are relaunching it. When it will be more precise, I will tell you. At the moment, I'm not 100% confident that Ortiz is a name for January. Like I'm not honestly believing at the moment that Zirkzee is a name for January. First of all, because it's a player that could come only on loan. He's not finding space anymore at Manchester United. Not what he was dreaming about. Prefer to change. I understand Manchester United, a historical club, but on the other side, it's a historical club in big, huge difficulty. The players that are going there are really flopping, whatever caliber of player. So it's tough for him, and apparently he would love to come back to Thiago and work with Thiago Motta. I always told you he would be the perfect player for Thiago Motta, like we saw at Bologna last year. But the only condition is on loan. I'm not sure if Manchester United that paid I know how many money for him would give him just like that on loan to a club like Juve. Then of course if you want to let him play more, like it happened with Barrenechea and Ealing Jr., you give him, in clubs where he can play really with continuity in smaller realities. If you send him at Juve, it's tough. It's tough also because there you have another player that is called Dusan Vlahovic. Dusan Vlahovic, his agent, is in Torino today. He is together with him. And of course, all the rumors we're going towards, they will discuss in these coming days about the contract extension of Dusan Vlahovic with Juve. Yes or no, reducing the salary maybe and going with more years. Well, no. Apparently no, because the meeting between Juve and the entourage of Vlahovic will happen, but it's already planned, and it is towards the end of 2024. I believe that Dusan Vlahovic will stay this year. I have no doubt about it. I think that he will even extend and stay longer than initially expected. The only possibility for seeing Zirkzee at Juve would be that Dusan Vlahovic says, boom, I'm leaving in January. Ciao, we have nobody else. And then you can possibly go with a loan with an option to buy for Zirkzee, but other than that. At the moment, I think, of course, that we are looking for a defender. We are looking for a striker, like, for example, Lorenzo Lucca. Follow the video tomorrow, because if I don't forget tomorrow, I will tell you an inside news I have about Lorenzo Lucca. Pay attention, you will like it. I'm sure you will like it. But I think that we are throwing names, and it's just, to understand who can be or cannot be a Juve player, but really something concrete. Today, not yet. Towards the middle of November, maybe some things can be concrete. Anyway, that was it for me, for the video. I hope you enjoyed. Grazie, forza, Juve.